But so Eddie wants to know, is it possible to make some release videos that are step-by-step and also coverage videos? So yeah, both will be here soon for sure. What else do you guys want to see? Do me a favor, leave in the comments right now. Like, what else? So like, let me what up, Jappa? Let me tell you this real quick. Let me be honest with you guys about where we're going. So we're on Patreon right now. I don't like Patreon at all. I don't think Patreon adds to this service at all. We live on Instagram. Patreon's really just the bank. So we are transitioning to another software. We're having somebody build out a software for us right now that's going to house all my video library and have all these programs. Like this shit is going to be so fucking insanely fire. Like, as cool as you guys think this thing has been, I kill myself about it because I want it to be much more professionalized than it is. And what I've realized is the biggest thing I can offer you guys is just absolute access to me and my ability to give you feedback. So that's kind of what I've tried to do. But just know, like, I'm trying to make this thing so much better for you guys, and I think it's going to get, like, when we switch to this platform, it's going to get way fucking better. So just know that that's coming. In the meantime, let's say it takes 2 months, probably is realistic. In the meantime, what do you guys want to see? Please leave the comments. What do you guys want to see more of, or what has been really helpful? Like, what should I continue to post more of? What don't you see enough of? While I get this film organized, please go crazy in the comments and just give me some feedback there. And what'd y'all think of that new Drake shit? Y'all like it? I liked most of it, but some of it was hit or miss. We're still always gonna do the lives on Instagram. I'm just talking about, like, what type of other content do you want to see and shit. Gabe Smith, weight room workouts. Okay. Learning different coverages and how to attack them. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Berto, what's good, baby? Berto, you're coming up on this. Magnus, I'm downloading your shit right now. Hey, so for the guys who just joined, the question was, I was explaining how we're switching platforms soon to something much better. But in the meantime, what do you guys want to see more of from the content? Because again, I'm kind of just like we're building a structure for you guys as we go. So workouts and coverage stuff is a big thing. Let me write this down. Workouts and coverage videos. Okay. Coverage stuff, workouts. All right, 2 more minutes and we're starting, fellas. So be ready, buckle up. What other questions you got? Let me go through these other questions. All right, my guy Logan. So Logan says, by the way, releases in different situations for them is another good one. So just so you know, anyway. By the way, so in Denver, 3 of the VIP members we linked up. Joseph Young, Spencer. No, sorry, one of the other guys wasn't a VIP member. He was just a Sideline Hustle follower. But 2 guys linked up. It was cool. It's cool. It's so cool meeting y'all, bro. Like, in person. Like, it's fucking wild. It was wild. Austin had never sent me film, so it was my first time seeing Austin in person. But then Joseph, it was so wild seeing a kid who I had evaluated so often via email or whatever, and then being able to work with him in person was dope. So it's definitely something like next year, me and Sanu have a whole camp circuit planned, and hopefully all y'all can get to that shit. It's just gonna be dope. But it's definitely just been cool. Like, it was a real trip seeing some of that, man. It's a fucking dope little thing we got going on. I had a kid. Yo, King Manny, I just answered this on the other one. Yes, I think it's good to practice with pads on. Yes, Joe Perks, I'm definitely coming back to Europe, bro, as soon as this fucking Rona clears up, man. All right, so Jappa, I don't really think I can provide that for you. I don't think football works that way. Like, I get what you're saying. I just don't want this shit to become too robotic. That's scary. I've never coached that way, bro. I don't really think that's my job. So Jappa asked, a more structured if-then system, meaning if you have this route and the DB plays like this, there's a good plan. So like what you're saying, coverage stuff more structured, which I understand. Like more how to attack this specific coverage. But like here, all right. Let's talk about this. Let me fucking stop with the downloading film real quick. So let me talk about this. Here's why I don't talk a lot about coverages, guys. Because you guys overhype what you fucking need to know about coverages. You just need to know how to attack leverage and like how to eat up space and like it doesn't matter a ton. Like it doesn't really matter to me. If I'm attacking a loose corner, the fuck do I care if he's playing cover 3 or cover 4? If I'm attacking a too high safety, only very rarely do I care what type of too high he's playing. Right? Like if I'm like either he's playing man or zone, like you know what I mean? Like just try to simplify this shit. So I'm kind of going on a rant. Let me get my thoughts really well thought out for a second. So Jappa's asking for a more structured if-then system. If you have this route, the DB plays like this, here's a good plan. I can't give you that. Because you know what's worse than you not having a plan? You having the wrong fucking plan. Like, I'd rather you not have a plan and just let your instincts take over than you have some memorized plan that I gave you here while looking at an Instagram screen, watching one clip against one DB and saying, here's the plan you should use and turning you into a robot. I think a lot of this needs to come through experimentation and film study, but like, there's only so many plans. All right, so let's break this down. If you guys are taking notes, take notes on this. Here's what to think of. Somebody asked me in the DMs, how do I know when to use each release when? So here's what you have to ask yourself. What is my route? Okay? What is my route? Done. Do I want to win inside or outside? So pick one. I want to win outside. That just cut off half your releases. You only have so many ways to win outside. You have, 5 ways that you're good at? Maybe 4, maybe 3. If you're Antonio Brown, he uses one fucking way. So you're asking yourself, what route do I have? So based on that route, okay, then ask yourself before this, what route do I have? How is he playing me? All right, I have a slant. It's inside leverage. Great. Now, do I want to win inside right away and send him vertical, or do I want to take him outside on a diamond release? Right? Everyone good there? One of 2 options. Now you go for the first option you choose, and if he takes it away, you have a counter plan, like period. So like just simplify the way you're thinking about this. Like if it's 2-man or 1 high man or cover 0 or cover 77 man, press man is press man is press man. I don't give a fuck what kind of press man it is. A loose corner is a loose corner is a loose corner. No matter what type of loose corner he is. For receivers, coaches need to know that shit. Quarterbacks need to know that shit. Like you guys just need to think very fucking, like film study to build instincts is key. Is very true from Jacob Liebert up there, right? That's key. But like, if you're wondering what to do when the DB does this, you control everything. The DB doesn't dictate shit. What is your route? Okay, I have a curl. Great. Would you rather win inside or outside on a curl? Great. So I'd rather win outside. So you just figured out you want to win outside, then pick 2 releases to win outside. I've taught them all to you. Great. You want to win inside. We've gone over 2 or 3 releases of how to win inside and just do it. Like simplify this. I think Jappa, what I think, and Jappa, I know we're generally on the same page. Please tell me if this is hitting. Because usually when you ask questions like this, I'm right on point about what you're actually asking. I think I think what you're asking for is more so something like that, but I think really what you're thinking, you're not thinking about it the right way. I think what you're asking for is how do I think about this? It's not even now then. It's just like how many ways would you ever win on a slant? How many ways are there to win? How many releases are you comfortable with? Like this is the other thing, guys. If there's 72 different ways to win on a slant, you can only use 12 or 4. Right? Like, not every pitcher throws every pitch in baseball. Not every basketball player can hit every single type of shot that was ever created. And not every receiver can execute every single type of release. So, like, build your game, Jappa. How do you like to win at the line of scrimmage? Right? If I like to win at the line of scrimmage with a hezzy, build everything around a hezzy. And now everything feels like a hezzy. And however he reacts, he's wrong. But you come to the line with a plan and a counter plan. I want to win outside on this route. I'm choosing this practice technique to win outside. Doesn't matter how he's playing you. How many ways have I taught you to win outside versus press? If he's inside leverage or outside leverage, where does it start? It starts with attacking his leverage. It starts with getting on his toes. It starts with attacking angles to make him move. And then you assess his reaction. Right? Attack leverage, get on his toes, make him move his feet, and then assess his reaction. That is pretty much what you do on every route ever invented in football, no matter what the coverage is. Like, does that make sense to you guys? The coverage is really irrelevant. It's really just how does the DB respond to me in front of my face? So, Like you guys all saw that clip when Brett Favre was kind of joking. Yeah, again, I think Joseph is, and Jeff, I hope you're watching. I'm eager to hear your feedback before I move on. But Joseph is like, if you want to really structure it, start writing down a menu of every release that you want to do based on alignments and coverage. But I'm telling you guys, none of the top players in the world do that shit. Nobody thinks about it that in that much detail. You just play. You can't. You're gonna handicap yourself. I'm telling you. You can't be going down a memorized list with 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's just instinct, bro. It's just instinct at that point. It's just instinct. Like you can't, that shit scares the fuck out of me to think about you charting what possible releases you could use. Just practice releases that you like. Like I guarantee, you think Michael Jordan, you've been watching The Last Dance, you think Michael Jordan thought all those fucking moves were going to come, or you think they just fucking happened? I guarantee you Michael Jordan never fucking really thought about going here to here. Like this shit just happens. You take all these reps, you play, and then you just let your instincts take over, right? Here's what you have to understand, Jappa. Who said this? Tim Grover, who's in the Last Dance thing. He's the guy I was talking about. So someone, Joseph said, or someone asked for books. You know the number one book I recommend is Relentless. Some books. Relentless. Tim Grover. This guy he trained Michael Jordan, he trained Kobe Bryant, he trained Dwayne Wade. And fuck, I forgot my train of thought. What were we just talking about? God damn it. Sometimes I feel like I'm training too much. Oh, so what he said, before I get to you, Jappa, he goes, I make my drills very detailed. I make them think a lot right here. I make it hard on them. I make it chaotic. We work so hard and we work in so much detail and think so much now so we don't have to think later. You should not be overthinking shit on the field. Just let it come to you. Just play football. And whatever your body tells you to do, that's what you do. And you have a plan and a counter plan. And just play. Just play. Michael Jordan basketball players do not track how many different ways to cross over. They've just done every different way, and then they let their body take over and their instincts take over. But Jappa, it's not even you learning how to simplify. I think you just learn how to play. You need to learn how to just play football. Just have fun. Just play. Like, I think, Jappa, what you need to accept is that you may play this game. You may be playing this, like, how do I put this? I think you're putting too much pressure on yourself to be so perfect. Where like, no matter how perfect you are, like, people aren't not giving you opportunities because your details aren't good enough. Like, you just need to continue to grow and continue to make more plays, continue to put yourself out there. It's just not your time yet in the process. It will soon. But, like, it's not the fact that your angle on a tight break wasn't quite the way I wanted it to be. That's the difference. Like, you just play football and enjoy this shit. Just enjoy it. Like, Jappa, if you could just enjoy playing football, you've gotten so many reps. Like, just enjoy the shit and just let it come naturally. And, like, don't try to be who Coach Liebs wants you to be. Don't try to be somebody you see on TV. Don't try to just be the best Jappa you can be. Just do what do you do well and be the best at those things. Be better than anybody in the world at that. But don't try to make your tight break look like somebody else's. Don't try to do, like, just go play ball and play your game, bruh. Like, we talk about this, right? What makes it, like, science plus creativity equals art. A great artist is a great artist because of his individuality. A great artist is a great artist because he's different. Somebody stands out in history and is remembered above everybody else because something about them was unique that nobody else had. Something was different. Right? So don't ever try to be like everyone else. Don't try to perfect your technique. Like, just be you. A lot of guys in the league don't have perfect technique, but they just play they play their own game. My coaching technique is not perfect. I make plenty of mistakes. I curse out kids when I shouldn't. I say the wrong things sometimes. I talk too much, don't listen enough. I'm too fucking aggressive sometimes when I should be more calm. I fucking jump down. Like, listen, I'm not fucking perfect, but I'm just being me. I'm just playing. I don't think. When I'm on the field, I don't think for a second. I don't judge myself. I don't analyze myself. I'm just me. You want to know why? Because I trust the work I've put in. I know I've put in enough reps at this shit that if my instincts take over, my instincts are right. And that's the type of confidence you have to play with. If you are not coming out on the field saying whatever the fuck my body tells me to do, it's right because I trust the work I've put in, then you're not coming on the field with the right mindset. When I coach, whether I am coach, listen guys, I just coached this weekend the best player I've ever coached. I just coached Philip Lindsay. He is the single best player I've ever worked with. I've never worked with a Pro Bowler besides this guy. It doesn't even feel like anything. You want to know why? Because it's just like coaching a fucking 8-year-old. It's football. I wasn't thinking out there. I wasn't fucking trying to impress him. I'm just being fucking me because I know that me being Coach Liebs fucking works. And I know I got 130 people paying me every month to be part of a fucking family because they think I can make them better. So why the fuck would I doubt myself? Jappa, you just won fucking Brazilian Player of the fucking Year. Just go play, bro. Just go play. Like, just go play. Like Jappa, you've had so much success. Just go fucking play. But it's like, yo, like I can't. And here's what I'll tell you. A year ago, I would have been nervous as fuck before working out Phil Lindsay. Right? Like, think about that, guys. All you guys were probably following me a year ago, thinking Sideline Hustle is the dopest shit ever a year ago. 1 year ago, I would have been nervous as fuck to coach Philip Lindsay. So nervous. This year, I didn't even think anything of it. Because I'm fucking in it, bro. Because I'm in the zone. The way I feel right now as a coach is the way I felt when I was playing my best football as a senior in high school. It's the way I felt when I was averaging 27 points a game as a sophomore in high school. Like, I'm in the fucking zone. Every day I wake up and I perfect my craft. Every day I go through my fucking process. Every day I get better. Every day I push somebody. Every day something I says changes someone's life. So why the fuck would I think Phil Lindsay's going to be any different? I didn't. And guess what? It wasn't. He got better just like every other player I've coached with my whole life. And I think that's the same attitude whether you're going into the fucking Super Bowl or the first preseason game. Football's football, bro. Either you put in the work or it didn't and just go fucking play. It was a good rant. But, I mean, hope like there is no if he does this, then this. He is chasing you. Fuck him. He doesn't fucking exist. There is no if he does this. Do you want to release inside or outside? Pick a release and do it. That's it. That's it. Like, simplify this shit, right? Like, Philip Lindsay comes to me and says, I want to get better at option routes. I wasn't thinking about every drill I could possibly come up with to make him better at option routes. I thought about what are the drills that I'm best at coaching to make him better, right? I didn't go to a drill. Think about this, right? It's just like Jappa. Like, you have something you're good at. Just practice that and build your game around that and force them to defend that shit. If you are good at something, force them to defend it. I bet you they fucking can't because you're good at it, right? Like, use the shit you're good at. Like, the same shit. Like, again, I went to go coach Philip Lindsay. He told me I want to get better at option routes and hip shifts. I didn't now try to become somebody I'm not, and think about all the fancy drills I could do I've seen on Instagram. I use the drills that I know, that I believe in, that fucking work for me, that I know how to teach and that I know will bring results. I didn't care if they were fancy, because guess what? They really weren't fancy. They were fucking basic as shit. But you want to know what? We got better. And I think it's just, I will never be a fancy coach. I don't believe in that shit. I believe in fucking doing the basics over and over until they're perfect, and then that makes your game better. Like, I'm a simple fucking guy that way, and I'm not gonna change for anybody. But guess what? My drills on fucking Instagram don't look as cool as Footwork King or as other guys. And that's not to demean Footwork King. He does a lot of great shit, but not all of his shit is like really translating directly to a football field. You will never ask the guys who just worked out with me. There was not a single thing we did that doesn't translate to your game. There was not a single thing that. Hey, Joseph Young and fucking Spence, put in the comments right now if there was a single drill we did where I didn't explain to you exactly where this is going to come up in your game. Right? It's not flashy, though. We use, 2 cones? I just coached these guys. We used maybe 2, 3, 4 cones. That was all the drills we did. But before we did it, I clearly explained, here is where this applies to your game. And we go do it. And we just play football. Just play football. What do the best basketball players do? They just play basketball all fucking day. They just open gym, open run, and they play basketball all day. That's all they do. So, like, it's the same like with football players. Like, you should be playing football all day. You should be doing drills that translate directly to the game, and just playing football all day, and just get reps and have fun and let your instincts take over, and that's it. But like, yeah, this was a great way to start off. It was more valuable than any film study stuff. We're gonna get to the film study stuff, but before I move on, please, Jappa, let me know if that helped. I know you said one time it did, just then, but yeah, it's so dope, man. Like, it was so cool. Joseph saying how much better he got. Like, it was really cool. Like, it was really cool to just be able to work with you in person for the first time and like be able to not post correct all those things, but the things you were doing wrong, fix them right then and there. That shit is dope. No, wrong guy. All right. Anyway, any other questions you guys got? Let me know. We're going on to some film study now. Now that was dope. So I think like it's And I think the best analogy that I thought I gave there that I feel like I can relate to for you guys a lot was really like, for the first time in my life, I have absolute, Logan, sand workouts are good. Like, listen, so sand workouts, I don't think sand workouts are really making you a better football player, but I think like it just makes it harder. It's a good leg workout. Like, listen, it's a good thing to supplement and get and not just do field work all day. Like, I like sand workouts. I just don't think you should. I don't think you need to do a ton of them because you don't play football in the sand. But I think they're good every 6 workouts to do one in the sand. Yo, let me tell you though. It is really crazy what we were talking about before. If anyone joined this late and missed the first half hour from 9 to 9:30, if anyone joined this late and missed the first half hour, go back and watch it. It'll be posted on Patreon, as it always is. It'll be reposted here for 24 hours. But I was never an elite athlete, right? I was a good D3 quarterback. Never played in the NFL. And I never really experienced being in the zone the way I think great elite athletes do as an athlete. And I regret that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I realized when I look back, I realized that I never trusted my work enough to allow myself to play with calmness, right? Where now, for the first time in my life, I trust my work. I show up with confidence. And just the difference it makes, the difference in my aura, the difference in my vibe, my energy, the difference in my thoughts going through my head every day. Like, just having that confidence, stepping onto the field every day. Like, Michael Jordan used to step onto the court every day knowing he was going to drop 35. That's how I feel. And it's for the first time. And I think the thing that really, like, I had to take a moment after this Denver trip and just, like, take a deep breath. And, like, it was the first time it was coaching Philip Lindsay that, like, when I coached Juwann, man, like, I almost forget how good Juwann is because, like, Juwann's like a little brother, bro. I've known Juwann for 3 years now. I know everything about Juwann. I know the girlfriends he's had. I know everything about Juwann. So I don't get, like, starstruck by him. Almost same with Sanu, right? Like, Sanu, that's my brother. It took me a while to get comfortable with Sanu, but when I didn't think anything of coaching Phil Lindsay, didn't have a flutter of the heart, didn't have a, like, usually I used to get, for the first 15 times I worked Mo out, like, I had known Mo for 6 months. I'd worked him out 15 times, right? I got nervous for every workout. Because one of those things, it's like, you're showing up for a huge deal. I'm showing up, right? I'm going to film, it's really easy. It's really easy for me to show up. This is what I used to do. I used to show up at a Mohamed Sanu workout and think, especially before Sanu was paying me, right? There was a while where I was training Mo, and it was kind of just out of goodwill. He was showing up. He was promoting the page. I was helping him get better. It was kind of just an exchange of goods, right? And we hadn't worked together enough for me to ask him for money. And during that time, when I hadn't, like, legitimized myself as being part of his paid tier, I would just doubt. I would, like, play these games myself, right? And I would go, instead of just coming into the workout and thinking, what is this workout? This workout is me, a football field, and an athlete trying to make them better at the game of football. I'm an expert at that, right? Instead of just thinking about it like that, I made it into, oh my goodness, I better do the right drill that's going to look good on Instagram, because if that drill does well, it might get 50,000 views over there, or it might get picked up by Bleacher Report, or, oh God, what if he doesn't like this drill? I better pull out some other drill. Or like I used to play all these games myself because it was Mohamed Sanu. But then I realized, like, why the fuck? Like, obviously I'm going to teach Mo something different than I would teach one of you guys who has way less experience. I have to tailor the workout, but football is football. I'm a coach. I have a gift of bringing more out of you than you think you have inside you. I don't give a fuck who you are. But I guess this, like, long story is just like, no, like, I know you guys all thought I was a success, and 1 year ago I would have been nervous as fuck working out Philip Lindsay, and only now do I feel confident. So I guess the reason I'm retelling that story is just to kind of give you some perspective as to, like, only now, like, I'm 29, I've been doing Sideline Hustle for 3 years. Every day for 15, 20 hours a day for 3 years, I worked at this thing. And only now in year 3 do I really feel confident. So if you haven't put in that much work, then you don't deserve to feel confident yet. It would be the moral of the story. Like, use me as an example. It's just something obviously you all believe in. Sideline Hustle. Sandy, I'll get this in a sec. But obviously, Sideline Hustle is something you guys all believe in. And yet the guy running it wasn't confident until recently. Like, I just think it's something for you guys to realize how hard you really got to work. I think if you have high expectations for yourself, you really got to work really fucking hard before, like, you believe you have it in you. Like, I'm trying to do some crazy shit, bro. I'm trying to change the world with the game of football. No one's ever tried to do that. Like, I really want to, like, use football to get myself to build this platform to where my voice matters enough to where I can change the world. If Bill Belichick right now wanted to use his platform to fight for civil rights for African Americans, he would really make a huge impact as a white man in America. That's really the impact I want to use. That's what I want to do. Like, that's really like, but if you have goals that are that big, my goal is to really make that sort of social impact, is to use the game of football, what my expertise and what I'm able to influence people with. If I can take the game of football and influence enough people and have my word matter to enough people and affect enough lives that eventually my voice matters enough that people will listen, I can then use that platform to do anything, especially as a white man in America. And anyone who doesn't acknowledge the privilege you have coming from that background, like I get it. And it's really my goal is to really change the world with this shit. Like, I really think that if I build up a platform to where I'm on a similar level as Bill Belichick, I can do so much to help civil rights and help racism and help inequality and help so much shit. But most white people, right? Most white men, when they get to a certain level of success, why would they threaten themselves to take on an issue that they don't have anything to do with? And that's why there's never any progress. Because I get it. Why if you're a successful white man, why would you risk that stage and your success and bring controversy upon yourself to fight for somebody that doesn't look like you? And that is what most successful white people think, and that's why nothing ever changes. But I would like to think that if I can fucking get to that place, I would be different and really will fucking make some change. And plus, I think that, like, what a fucking beautiful thing football is. Like, what brings people together better than sport? Like, every day, bro, I have this Nelson Mandela quote written on my wall. Right? Sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way little else does. It speaks to the youth in a language they can understand. Sport can create hope where once there was only despair. It is more powerful than government in breaking down racial barriers. That shit, baby, that's my why in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, that's my why. Like, bro, like, think about this, man. Like, it doesn't, like, it's fucking crazy when I think about it. Like, I'm becoming a fucking celebrity somehow with this shit. Like, it's wild, bro. It's wild. Luke just joined up, bro. Luke was with me in Europe, man. We were going around Europe. I met a kid who started shaking and said, meeting you is like meeting Kobe Bryant. You think I ever would have fucking expected anyone would have that reaction to meeting me? I'm just a fucking football coach. But I've realized now. I've realized the impact I can have. I've realized that I am that fucking dude. I've realized that, like, yo, I really am built for this. This really is my calling. I really am better than everybody else. I really do have a personality other people don't have. I really do have a charisma other people don't have. Like, I was born to do this shit. Let me fucking own this and go take this shit, like, as far as it can go. And it's pretty fucking cool. But, like, so anyway, just realizing, like, I just think it's cool kind of realizing, like, all right, bro, if this plays out the way it is and I end up working with Stephon Diggs and all these guys, eventually I'm going to be the number one receiver trainer in the world. And eventually I'm going to have a real platform. And I just think, I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Like, the first, like, coaching celebrity. You're going to have sponsorships. Like, we're about to get sponsored. We have brand deals. Like, it's just going to be fucking crazy, man. It's nuts. It's really nuts. But I just think the moral of the story is I've only got to this point through reps, through hours of tireless hard work when nobody was looking, no one was believing in me. You guys want to know what I said when I started Sideline Hustle? You know when I started Sideline Hustle? Yo, I'm coming to Brazil no matter what, JP. I need to go to Brazil. Plus, I've heard the women in Brazil are fucking unbelievable. I'm very attracted to Brazilian women. Anyway, when I started Sideline Hustle, like, I could count on one finger how many people really believed in it and thought it was a good idea. Like, really, like, it's the same way that, let's say you dream of playing D1. There's probably not that many people in your corner that really think you can play D1. But it doesn't matter. Thanks, Luke. Luke had a nice little... But You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, here's the thing. So this is what my coach at, I might not watch any more film tonight, guys. I might just go on some rants and get back to you via email. This is way more fun and way more impactful. So what my coach used to say, I might bring out some, definitely coming to the UK too. I might pull out some notes again real fast. Anyway, if I didn't get to your film and you really want me to, I will. If I didn't get to your film, and I'll get to it at the end, otherwise I'll email you. But so I had a coach, so I'm trying to think where to start with this fucking rant, bro. It can go so many places. So anyway, so here's another book for you guys to read. This is where I'll start. Another book for you guys to read. Here's a real good one. We'll pull out some books. Let's start here. All right. The Obstacle is the Way. Okay? Here's a great one. The Obstacle is the Way. My toiletry kit is actually in Boston from the last Patriots home game I went to, and I have to go get that back from a place I stayed. So I will be in Boston soon. So The Obstacle is the Way basically talks about how, I don't even know if it was this book, but essentially, right, to do anything great, you have to believe in the invisible. Roger Bannister was the first athlete to ever break a 4-minute mile, or to ever run a 4-minute mile, whatever the fuck it was, right? First athlete ever to do it. And when he went out to the world and told people, I'm training to break the 4-minute mile, people not only told him he was crazy, they told him he was harming himself, that he might kill himself, that he might physically damage himself by trying to push his body that fast to run a 4-minute mile. But all Roger Bannister thought of was running that mile, and he believed in something that had never existed. Roger Bannister, nobody had ever done that, yet he believed in the invisible. He believed something that had never been done was still possible. And he believed in it, and he worked towards it, and he spoke into existence, and eventually he broke the 4-minute mile, first person ever. 1 year later, a high school kid broke a 4-minute mile. Why? Because they believed it was possible. It wasn't invisible anymore. It was all of a sudden attainable. Right? That is what is so hard about building something, is that you have to believe in the invisible when nobody else sees it. I lived for 1.5 years of my life where nobody around me saw the vision for Sideline Hustle. Nobody. Like, nobody saw it. Everyone was like, what is this podcast you're doing? No, it's not just a podcast, guys. What is this? You're just training athletes now? No, I'm doing more than training. Like, nobody could see it. They always tried to downplay what I was doing. And for 1.5 years, I had to live in this cold, dark place where it was just me and my beliefs. And I had to work towards them every day and create and make something that was invisible into something real. And that's what I did. And that's why, like, now I feel a little bit cocky about this shit, because I realize how fucking special that is, bro. I created something that never existed before me in the history of humankind. There has never been a coach in the history of the game of football who has ever taught the game of football this way. Period. Ever. I'm the first of my kind, of pioneer. I am the Christopher fucking Columbus of coaching football. It's crazy to think about, right? But believing the invisible. It's the same confidence you guys have to have. If my opinion doesn't mean shit, yeah, I know football. If I look at you and I say you're not a D1 player, it doesn't stop you from believing in the invisible and working towards something that nobody else sees. Right? Like it doesn't stop you. Like my opinion might mean a lot to you, but nothing I say can define the way you feel about yourself. Nothing I say can define the value you place on yourself. Nothing I say can define what your goals are for the future or where you're trying to take this shit. Bro, I just told you I want to use Sideline Hustle to help fix civil rights and racism. You guys probably get it a little bit because you actually believe in Sideline Hustle so much you're willing to pay for it every month. 99% of people would look at me like I'm fucking crazy. But you know what's going to be funny? When this fucking happens in 30 years and all y'all fucking remember this conversation and I pull it out the archives and we post it and it's that fucking moment. Like, just believe in the invisible, bro. Like, there's not a lot that I can't do. It's really how I feel. Because, like, I've just done it. At this point, I've done it, right? Like, I've just done it. Like, believing the invisible, too, like, I do it with my players. Go ask Luke Gadsden, who was on here, who was the kid who came with me to Europe, if he ever thought he could be as good as he is right now. I bet you Luke would tell you he never thought he could be this good. And Luke, by the way, you're a great football player, which is an inside joke we have. I tell him that all the time. But, like, with Luke, right, that's like my job as a coach. A great coach sometimes has to believe in the invisible before the player even believes in it. And sometimes neither of us can see it. There's sometimes when players, bro, like Luke's one of them. I didn't think Luke was going to be this good. Like when I went down the path with Luke, it was just a matter of, yo, let's just work as hard as we can and see what happens. But sometimes neither one can see it, but you're just working towards a common goal and you're believing in each other. Just you know, it's hard to even explain why. You know? Like why would I invest? I don't know. It's an interesting. Like, why would I invest everything I have into making Luke Gadsden a better player if I didn't necessarily see? Like, I thought he could be better than he is, obviously, but like how much Luke has grown, I can't even explain to you how much better he is than he was when he started. Actually, I can explain it to you. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this fucking clip, Luke, of you and the Rec Specs. But anyway, hey, Miles, are you on here? Because if you're on here, I'm going to watch your phone before I go because yours is pulled up. But, so I just think that believing in the invisible is, obstacles away. Ryan Holiday. Holiday is also an awesome author. But I just think that, like, believing in the invisible is kind of the theme of the day. It really, Jappa, it goes back to what you were saying. Right? Jappa was asking for this detailed menu of when I do this, do that. He wanted the exact answers. You know what you have to do? Just fucking go out there and wing it and believe in yourself, bro. You've put in enough work. Just believe in the invisible. Sure, maybe that release that you've practiced a million times has never actually worked in a game. But it's never going to work in a game until it works in a game. You just got to believe in that shit. And just go do it. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's like, it's that leap of faith that we all just need to take. It's the same with recruiting. And like, part of life, guys, if there's one thing I know at 29 years old, having lived through the loss of family members, my father most notably, having lived through fucking being the youngest coach in the Big Ten, to quitting, to sleeping under my desk, to starting a business, all the shit I've ever lived through, right? The fucking, and I could go on and on about all that stuff. Like, a certain part of life requires you to have faith in the invisible. Like, a certain part of football every day has to just be looking up in the sky and saying, I hope somebody up there got me and I hope I make some plays, because you don't really fucking know. Like, you just can't control everything. You just got to be willing to put your best foot forward and put yourself out there and hope that you've put in enough work that you're prepared to succeed in that situation. You know, like I didn't have a teach tapes menu or guide of how to coach football online when I started. I just started making shit, started doing shit, started trying it, and got better as I went. And now I don't even think when I make a teach tape, because I know that whatever is in my head and I put out, it's going to be fire, because it's been fire 475 times before that. But I just think it's just all the same. It's just all the same. Like, having faith, whether you're religious or not. Like, I'm not overly religious, but I'm spiritual, right? Like, I don't necessarily believe in everything the Bible says. I don't necessarily believe that you need to get on your knees and pray a certain way every day or pray to a certain God. But I certainly believe that there are higher powers and that there is some force up there controlling shit and making things happen the way it should. And if that's the case, you just have to have faith that if you do the right things, that force will take care of you. And if it doesn't take care of you, it's for a reason, a good reason. It's teaching you a lesson. Yeah, right. Jappa. Especially in the middle of this quarantine. We need all this faith because we don't even know when our next game is going to be. You got to prepare for a season that may not even come. But you know what? Even if you never get to play those games, the lessons you'll learn or the character you'll build from continuing to strive towards your goals will make you into a better person, man. Like, that's just it. But I just think that life, like, a big part of life is having faith, period. No matter what you believe in. Like when I talk to the higher powers, I talk to my father, who's gone. Again, I don't know what I believe in as far as God. Like, I think that there's a higher power that influences things and controls shit and whatever, like, plays a role in this whole thing. But whatever your higher power is, you have to have faith that, like, if I do things the right way and I treat people the right way and I work as hard as I absolutely can, it's going to work out for me. But it's not your job to tell me when. It's not your job to tell the higher powers when. It's not the higher powers' job to deliver your blessing at the exact time you expect it. Your only job is to just shut the fuck up and work as hard as you can. And just let the blessings come when they come. They will come at the perfect time. Trust me, they always do. But I think that's just part of like, bro, you know how many times I thought this sponsor was going to be the sponsor that I needed to take Sideline Hustle to the next level. And when it didn't go through, I thought I was heartbroken. And it ends up being the biggest blessing. You know how many times I thought this business partner was the guy to take us to the next level? Like, you know how many times, like, you think, oh, this is the time where I'm breaking through. This is it. And again, right? What did I say? I think I said this in the main bean talk. Disappointment comes from expectations. If you do not have expectations for anything, then you can never be disappointed. The only reason people get disappointed is because they walk into a situation and try to control something they can't control and try to say, oh, I'm going to assume that the situation is going to be like this and set some expectations, even though I can't really control what that, like, right? But if you come into the situation only focused on yourself, your attitude and your spirit and your emotions, and control what you can control, you'll never be disappointed. Whatever God or the higher powers wants to throw at me, I'm ready to handle it. And whether it's good or bad, it's coming at me for a reason because I still have things to learn. Like, I don't know when my time is going to be, but I know it's coming. And like, it's pretty much here. Like, I know my time is right here. Like, I'm about to blow the fuck up. Right? But like, I can't I don't know when Julio Jones is going to come calling, but I know he's going to come calling eventually. I just know it. Or if not the Julio Jones, the next Julio Jones, like whatever. Like, I don't know when that big break is going to be, but I do know that I've proven myself enough to know that I deserve it and that I'm worthy of it. And now it's just a matter of working as hard as I can to prepare myself to seize that opportunity. Here's the other fucking thing, guys. Here's the thing to think about, right? Here's the fucking thing to think about. Like, I could say all I want. I know my opportunity is going to come. And it is. But I might only get one of those. Right? Like, think about this. I might only get one shot to be that coach's celebrity, to be that fucking, like, I may get one fucking interview on Ellen, and that really is the moment. All these other moments I thought were it that I was preparing for, those weren't it. But eventually, there actually is going to be that fucking moment. There actually is going to be that workout with Julio Jones that could change everything. There actually is going to be that invite onto a talk show that could change everything. And in that moment, I better fucking kill it. Because all this work prepared me for that. If not, I may never get another chance at that again. Remember, we talked about this. There's 3 things you never get back in this world. The spoken word, when you say something and you put it out there, you can never have it back. The sped arrow, meaning, like, this is an old Arab saying, right? So that was back in the day. The sped arrow, meaning if I harm you, if I project violence towards you and harm you, I can never take that back. And I can never take back the missed opportunity. Opportunities come and opportunities go. And you have to live with the results. Opportunities come and opportunities go, and you never have another opportunity to take advantage of something that you missed. So, like, especially in football, you might be working for one tryout in front of one scout, and that is your one opportunity. And if you don't do well enough, you'll never get a chance again to get looked at the highest level. That is the story of thousands of people. You know how many fucking guys there are that are just as fucking well-spoken as me, and just as charismatic as me, and just as good-looking as me, and know just as much about football as me? Like, enough people like that can do what I do, to the point where if I fuck up my chance, somebody else will fucking take advantage of it for me. But guess what? If I've trained to be the best, and in all the preseason games I've been the best, and in all my practice routines I've been the best, all my warm-ups so far in my life I've been the best. So what fucking makes you believe I'm not going to be the fucking best when my opportunity comes? But it's based on the way I prepared. It's not just coming because I wish it to happen. Like, I just told you, I didn't feel like I was the best till 6 months ago. It's a long fucking process again. There's a 28.5-year process in my life. Not to mention 3 years doing Sideline Hustle. Not to mention 10 years coaching football. Before I felt fucking confident like that. So, like, those of you who are wondering, like, hey, coach, why don't I? Because you haven't done enough yet. That's fucking why, bruh. You want to talk about 10? I put in 20,000. I probably put in 30,000 hours coaching in my life, and at least 10,000 hours into Sideline Hustle, if not more, over the last 3 years. So, like, and even though I had put in a body of work like that, there had to be some sort of conversation I had with myself to, like, flip that shit. Like, at some point, I had to be like, yo, Drew, why the fuck are you down? Like, why are you nervous going into this? I literally would say, other than the last 3 training sessions I've had with Sanu, before that I was nervous to work him out. And I had worked him out 50 times and he was still paying me. He was paying me. Like, obviously I had legitimized myself, but it was something about whatever. I would doubt myself. I would freak myself out. And it was, you know, I mean, and I think it's the same, when I think back, it's the same feeling I used to create for myself as a player. Like, I never had the sense of calmness as a player that I have now as a coach. And I'm a much better coach than I was a player. I was a good player. I made plays at the college level, but wasn't a D1 full scholarship player. And I think that, who knows if I had the talent to or not, I could throw the ball pretty well. But something that definitely held me back was my inability to really believe in myself. I don't really feel like I ever believed in myself as a player the way I do as a coach. And I just think you guys all need to get there. And I think it's 2 things, right, that we've talked about today. It's either putting in the work, or it's just, you know what? You just have to fucking fake it till you make it. You just have to have this blind faith and just believe in yourself. Like, you just have to do it. You have no choice. Like, you just have no choice. You have to take a deep breath and realize that if you go out and have the worst fucking game of your life, you're still going to wake up the next day with a family who loves you and friends who care about you, and you're going to be breathing, living with freedom and be able to go live your life, right? So first thing I think is just taking the pressure away from the results of this one game. Like, life goes on outside of football, right? I think it's important to have that perspective. I think a lot of times you can freak yourself out when people like say ball is life and all that shit. Like, it's really not life. For me, for anybody, it's really not life. But I think a big part of it is having blind faith. Like, I think something that hurt me when I look back is having lost my father. I didn't have a male role model looking at me, believing in me. So I think if you do have that, you got to latch on to that person. And you got to let them hype you up. And you got to trick yourself into believing whatever the fuck they're telling you. And you got to go into the game. You can't go into games with doubts. Even whether you know you're good enough or not, you are the best you can be in that moment, and that has to be good enough for you. Because you can't change it. But it's why you got to put in so much work, because the only way to have confidence, like, you can't trick yourself. When it's fucking nut cutting time and there are paid customers in the fucking seats and you're going to war and they're all gonna war, there's no, once you step across those lines, you got your pads on, there's no fucking turning back. Right? And like, if there's no turning back, like, you can't trick anybody. Like, you can't trick yourself. When you're in that situation, you're in the fucking heat of battle and there's no turning around, you can't fake the confidence in that moment. It's either there or it's not. And it comes from the work. If you really in that moment can trust that I'm prepared. Like, right now, bro, I could walk into any football room in America and know that I am prepared and worthy of being in that room. But that took a lot of fucking hard work and sacrifice, man, to get there. Like, a lot. Like, more than I could ever express to you in this setting. More than I could ever express to any of you who don't know me personally. Like, I don't think anyone understands how hard this was to build. And that's why we have such an impact. There's not another Instagram account. There might not be another Instagram account in any fucking field that makes the impact that we make. And I'll say that proudly. I know for a fact none of the other receiver accounts or football accounts do it. That I know. But you know how hard it is to bring this much value? Like, it's hard. And I just think that, like, I think something else you got to realize, right, is, like, at one point I was going down this coaching journey with the direct goal of being the youngest football coach in the history of football. My goal when I started coaching was to be the youngest college football coach in the history of football, 28 years old. Fun goal, whatever, like, obviously didn't happen. But I think the other thing you got to realize is that you might be going, like, your end goal, a lot of you in this chat, your destiny is not to be a football player. Football is teaching you something along the way, and your process of chasing your dreams, your football dreams, are going to teach you how to chase your other dreams, and are going to build qualities in you that will carry over. But I think you have to accept that you don't really have control over this shit. Like, it's in the higher power's hands. Like, things unfold the way they should, bro. You can't control it. All you can do is just come into the situations as prepared as you can be to succeed. Like, just having put yourself in the best possible position to come out of that successful, but you really can't control the outcome. And you can't control where you end up in life. I really do think we have destinies. I really truly do believe I've been chosen to do what I'm doing. This wasn't this wasn't circumstances. When I was chosen from birth. Like I really kind of feel that way. Like I really know, I feel connected to the higher powers. I know that I'm walking in my purpose. And when I look back at my life, I can find a way that everything was planned to get me to this moment. And I think that, you know, again, that just comes from blind faith. Bro, you think I ever would have fucking predicted I was going to end up here like this, talking to a fucking screen on Instagram and getting paid for it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, about coaching football this way? You think I ever could have predicted this? No, but I had some sort of blind faith in myself, in the game of football, in the higher powers, that if I just kept working as hard as I could, I'll end up somewhere great. And I ended up somewhere totally unexpected. But I think, I guess long story short is like that's going to be the case for a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys aren't going to play in the NFL. A lot of you guys aren't going to be the level of player you want to be. But that shouldn't be discouraging, because the lessons you learn and the habits you build are what are going to set you up for success. I could do anything right now in my life. Building Sideline Hustle has prepared me to do anything. Literally. I could go back to school and go get my fucking PhD. I could go be a janitor. I've done the dirty work. I could do anything in between, bro. Like, this is prepared. So it's like, it's, you know, coaching football, like the lessons learned from learning how to be a good teammate, the lessons learned from, you know, working towards a common goal, like all that shit, bro. That's why, like, having lived through this and seeing the positive change it can make is why I have the audacity to look at you and say, I want to use football to change the world, because I think it can. The lessons that we learn as individuals, if we can use the game to teach those lessons to the masses somehow, it changes the world, bro. If all of us are changed by it, what if football could impact all of us? What if the amount of impact football has had in your life, if I could bottle up 10% of that impact and spread it around the world, we would change the world. So how do we do that? I don't know. But I got blind faith it's going to happen. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got, guys. Let me see what this film situation is looking like. All right, Emmanuel, I got to get to you. Berto, you got some more stuff I'm going to look at later. Japa, Brandon King. Yeah, I'm just going to get back to the film via email right quick, because it's just a little easier at this point, but we can continue this conversation for about 10 more minutes if you want. Let me see some more good books for you guys. So, Relentless. Oh, here's another good one. Talk about blind faith. The Secret's another good one. So, The Secret talks about the law of attraction. And what the law of attraction basically states is that, and this is real shit. This is real shit. So, the law of attraction basically states that your thoughts become things, and that you can manifest your own reality, and that whatever visions you have in your head, if you believe in them strongly enough and work towards them, they will become real. And I think that's true. But it also talks about, like, it's just little subtle ways of talking to yourself, right? So, like, you never speak in the negative. So you never come into a game saying, I hope. So, like, for example, Juwann on his board, it had no drop balls. Now, listen, Santi, like, I don't think you can use the law of attraction to get a D1 scholarship. I think that you can envision something every day and visualize it and work towards it till it becomes real. That's essentially the law of attraction. The law of attraction didn't get him a D1 scholarship. He got himself a D1 scholarship. But, fuck, I forgot. Oh, so, like, you never speak in the negative, right? Is one thing it talks about. So you don't, if you say, I hope I don't drop the ball, all you're telling yourself is, all you're thinking about is dropping the ball, right? Even though it's don't. Your brain can't, what it claims is your brain can't tell the difference between, like, positive or negative. It's just the general thought. So your thought is about dropping the ball. Even if it's about not dropping it, the thought's about dropping the ball. So like the art of it is like switching the way you think. Instead of coming to the game thinking, I hope I don't drop the ball, it's coming to the game saying, I'm gonna make every catch. I'm gonna catch every ball thrown to me. Right? See the difference? That's an aggressive, confident narrative. I'm going to catch every ball thrown to me. And you say that over and over, rather than saying, I hope I don't drop the ball. No drops, no drops, no drops, no drops. What are you filling your head with? All you're filling your head with is visions of dropping the ball. So what's inevitably going to happen? You're going to drop the fucking ball. Literally, I'm sitting yeah. Like I found it now where like I'll have visions of something. Like the other day I had a vision of dropping my phone, and 30 seconds later I'm dropping my phone. Like shit like that, and like I don't mean to. It just plays out. And I think that like I do really believe that. So it's like, you know, instead of, and I think that's helped me gain this confidence I'm telling you about is the secret, is talking to myself that way, where I don't come into situations saying, oh, I hope I don't fuck this up. I come into the situation thinking about how I'm going to be great, not praying I don't suck, but actually visualizing how the actual things I'm going to do to be great. I actually visualized the impact I was going to have on Philip Lindsay before I had it. Why would I be nervous? I already know what's going to happen. I'm visualizing it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's that way of thinking has really helped. I think it's really effective for football players, for receivers. Yeah. I appreciate you, Joseph, man. Like, this has been the cool thing about coaching, bro, is like, it's cool to be able to have an impact like this and hear Joseph write what he just wrote, having only met him once, and doing a lot of it virtually. But it's the impact I've had on all my players, man. It's why I think this is just a special deal. Like, every one of my players is my little brother. It's stupid how much I care about my players. It's actually unhealthy. It's actually really unhealthy how much I care about my players. If one of my players were to get like in trouble, like it would ruin my week. I care way too much, you know. But it's in a great way, in a really great way. But I don't know, man. I don't really know how to explain it because this all just seems right to me, and yeah. But again, right? So Austin Spencer's saying, "I wish I met you 3 years ago." Like, no, you don't. Who knows how? Like I just think that everything happens the way it should. I just think this started at the right time, and you guys found it at the right time in your life, and right. It wasn't timing. I just think you have to believe that. You just have to believe that you're on the right path, and you have to believe you're doing the right things. And like, so the other thing the law of attraction says is that it says something like feelings are your compass, or feelings are your guide, or something, right? And it's like, so here's what you do. You have this blind faith. You talk to yourself the right way. You work towards those thoughts every day. But then the way you feel should guide you. If you feel shitty, then that feeling probably is telling you need to make a change. If you feel great, then that feeling is probably telling you you're doing everything right. So like, trust your feelings. It's another thing I've really started to do. I used to always doubt myself. Always. Everything I did, I would overthink it and think about it 7 ways. Now I just trust the first thing I fucking think of, and I'm right 99.9% of the time. The only time I'm ever wrong is when I second guess myself. But I just trust my feelings. If I feel something, I don't now question myself and say, oh no, I'm just feeling that way because you're being a pussy, or you're just feeling that way because this. Like, no, I'm feeling that way because I'm fucking feeling that way. Let me believe in myself. Like, if you feel sad, you're allowed to feel sad. If you don't feel like working out, you're allowed to not feel like working out. Like, pay attention to why you feel that way. Like, think about that, an example, right? If you don't feel like working out, it's not that you're just soft. Like, think about why you don't feel. If you really love football and you have motivation, if there's a day where you don't feel like working out, there's probably a reason for it. You probably didn't sleep enough the night before, or didn't eat well enough. Like, there's probably a change you need to make so you don't feel that way. Like, listening to your feelings, I think, is some big shit too. Oh, and now, here's the last book I'll share with you guys. This has way less to do with football, but talk about your personal journey. The Alchemist. The Alchemist is a fictional story written about a kid's journey to basically find his personal destiny. And it kind of lays out some of the lessons and some of the structure to like living, like walking by faith. The Alchemist. It's hard to explain, but it's probably one of my favorite books, top 3 favorite books ever. Yeah, it's a pretty cool book though. The Alchemist is another one. It's just one that like, I think a lot about The Alchemist. What, like, the things he describes in this book, like, I feel now that I feel like I'm walking in my purpose. It's hard to explain, but the kid basically finds his way towards walking in his purpose and learns all these lessons along the way. And it's kind of just like a general reflection of some of the things you got to overcome before you find that. And I think that everyone... It's a Brazilian book. That's dope. I didn't know that. Paulo what is it, Paulo Coelho? Coelho? He's Brazilian. He's fucking dope. He's written a bunch of other dope books. That's my book suggestion for you guys, I think. The Four Agreements is another good one. I'm trying to look at my other books. Yeah. All right. But anyway, solid 2 hours with you guys, almost hour 42 minutes. So real quick before I go, actually let me make sure I got everybody in the download. We might go back to it. Yeah, you got a lot of good quotes. So I got everyone here, right? Robbie Adams, I got to get you. Robbie, Miles. All right, Robbie and Miles we're going to do right now real quick. Just for my own peace of mind before. Miles, you still on? Robbie Adams, you still on? If you're not, then I'm actually going to email this to you. Let me know if Miles or Robbie Adams is still on, and then we'll go. Yo, you're right, though. That is the law of attraction. I got to come to Brazil. I'm trying to come, bro. I really am trying to come. I'm about to sponsor the fuck out of this talk because it's going on YouTube. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube, the whole thing. This has been one of the best talks ever, to be honest. It's been nice just chilling with you guys. I gotta come in with this mindset more often. Sometimes I come in, this is the other part with Sideline Hustle is like, part of believing in myself is I would have never had the confidence to sit in front and just talk to you guys. I always used to think I had to come, I always used to think that, who the fuck am I? Nobody wants to hear from me. So I need to entertain. I need to always have an agenda. I need to always be speaking. I need to always be teaching. And now I realize, like, all right, fuck. Like, I can just come on and talk and still provide value. All right. Miles, let's watch this right quick. Pretty good. Now, what I'd like you to do is just, like, get settled. Like, see how you're always, like, bouncing around and shit? See how you're, like, settle yourself. A lot of guys do this. I fucking hate it. You're not the only one. A lot of guys, like, always bouncing and shit. Get fucking calm. Get settled. Take a deep breath. Stop bouncing into your stance. Like you know what I'm saying? You're going to be sitting there still for 7 seconds before the ball snap. So really get, like, settled. Don't stop bouncing around. You can get a little bit more forward body lean. See how this knee isn't bent over your toe? You can lean forward a little bit more, and you'll be a little more explosive out of your stance. See how you're getting there? See how the first thing you're doing is getting to that? Getting to that-ish? Fuck, I keep... Anyway, you got it. Yeah, Miles, you are big as hell. Logan, if you want to stay on, I'll get to yours right after this. I'll go Miles. Who's the other one I said? I'll go Miles. Who the fuck else did I say? Miles, Robbie, and Graham. I mean, and Logan. Yeah, Miles, you're big as shit, bro. How big are you? All right, so Miles, so this is the same deal we were talking about with Andrew. Watch this first step. See how you not so every step on this false accelerate, Miles, is used to stop yourself, right? So that means I should see your momentum slowing down with every step. Is it slowing down after the first step? You tell me. Nope. Right? You see this? See how it's not slowing down after the first step? So what do you have to do? Right here, you have to sink your hips. See how there's no hip sink at all? You don't lower yourself at all. You're just running over that step. Every step's got to be moved to stop yourself. Got to be used to stop yourself. So drive that foot in the ground. Drive that foot in the ground. Let your hips come down. And then continue to drive these two into the ground. And then you'll fucking power out of this shit. Pound those hips in the ground, right? Hips. Hips down, hips down, hips down. Your second two steps are pretty good, but you're just not using your first one at all. That trigger step. All right, so hips down to the ground. That's the biggest thing. Duck walk, just get a little wider base. I want your legs like out here where you would be when you actually release. You're going to get wider. Pretty good hips. You got good natural hips. It always feels a little questionable when I overanalyze your guys' duck walk. But no, good job. Just get a little bit wider base in the duck walk. So same thing here, right? See how there's no sinking of the hips? See how you're sitting back, almost falling over. See how you're just kind of like hopping. You're not stopping. You're certainly not stopping yourself with the first step. You kind of are with the second step. But watch, like this is so just to think about, right? This is really good lessons. You just stop. You're just tapping the first one to the ground, stopping with your second step. Same thing here, right? Tap, tap, tap. You got to sink and drive and really pound. Like you got to maximize every step. Every step's got to be used to stop yourself. Everything's got to be more intentional. Snap 1, 2, slam that shit, drive that shit through the ground. Powerful as fuck. Does that make sense? Everything's so light and pitter-pattery. You're a big, powerful dude, Miles. Use that fucking power. What's up, Quentin? Grayson, if we have time, I'll get to your film. I only got 13 more minutes. I'm going to get to the last few that I can. But Grayson, I would suggest you watch this Bean Talk back. It was the best one ever. All right, so Miles, hopefully you get that. It's the same issues on all of them. If I don't get to it, Grayson, I'll definitely email you. Now it looks like you're dropping with the wrong trigger step. But maybe you're just doing the trigger step part? Yeah, I guess you are. All right, 2 things on this. So here's something for you guys. So you use the numbers, right? But you're using the numbers a little bit wrong to line this up. Use the numbers, your top one to the top of the numbers. This bottom one needs to be here. So like where the 0 would be. So on the 1, it should be more so out here. You see my little mouse right there? You see that? So it should be on the edge of the numbers for the angle. This is a little bit too tight of an angle down here. Make it on the edge of the numbers. So it'll be on the tip of this 1, like down here. All right. Okay. Let's watch this. Yeah, it's just going to be all the same shit. So it's similar to Andrew. You got to fix your foundation before any of these problems are going to be fixed. These problems are going to appear until we fix the false accelerate progression. So don't worry about the arrow drill or any of the other drills. Go back to the false accelerate progression and work on 3 powerful, violent steps and your hips violent to the ground. And you'll be all right. This isn't bad. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Every one is an intentional crossover. Don't rush. Oh, you're sticking them pretty good. Get your eyes up. Eyes up, don't rush. You're a little bit rushed in between. You get a little bit out of control at the end. Just be patient. Sell every crossover for what it is. Maximize every crossover. And then make sure on one of them you're bursting out. I want to see you burst out of the last one. And this one, you're not giving me a hip shift. See how on this drill, Miles, you're like going left to right, right to left, like pop, pop. 1, 2. 1, 2, right? You're shifting your hips. I need you to do that on this drill as well when you get to each cone. Not that one. Slide and 1, 2. Slide 1, 2. Not a pressure step. More space in between. Slide 1, 2. Like when I get to each cone, I want to slide to it and then I want to give him 1, 2 and then get back inside. Hip shift opposite. So more of a hip shift at those. I like your tempo, but it's not just a pressure step. You see what I'm saying? It's a left to right. Opposite where you're going. Slide to it, left, right. Slide to it, right, left. Let me know if that makes sense, Miles. So these holds are pretty good. I just want to see you match them. You're attacking it pretty good. You're not reaching. I just want to see you match them. I want to see you now push off this. Now go and push off and match the same foot placement and run. That's the next stop of it I want to see. Not bad. Not bad. Good. Ma, that's not bad, bro. For your first time sending in stuff, like that's pretty fucking good. You look good. Make those corrections, take notes, make those corrections, send it back to me next week. You're gonna get a lot better from that. You got potential. All right, Robbie Adams, baby. I was unable to send all the film in one email because it was too large of a file. So which one do I have here? Is this? Oh, so this isn't. All right, hold on. Oh yeah, Robbie. Right, this is what I told you. Some of these are still on Google Drive, so I'm leaving it unread. I'll have to email you back on some of this. Some of it just won't download, and I don't have time to do it right now. All right, Robbie. Don Bosco product. I can't believe you went to Bosco. You know Luke Gadsden and Brandon Jimenez? They were both on this chat, and a little Drummel. All right, so Robbie, you just got to turn this foot. See how this foot's landing straight right here? That second foot? And now see how hard it is? See how you can't open your hips at all? See that? Just turn the second foot, the same angle as that foot, the way that one's going to the ground, then you'll be able to open your hips and run out of this better. Coach, when we are watching film, how would you suggest breaking down what to study through the week instead of cramming a lot of different film points? So really, like that's pretty good with your hips. All that's pretty good. Just turn and you'll be all right. Same with this one, right? So this second cone is practicing that turn. See how you got to angle that foot there to turn? That's what the second cone is practicing. Angle your foot and then push off and turn. You're doing a better job at it this cone. Not bad. A lot of good on your first rep. But obviously you can get a lot better too. It's not bad. Like your hips are good. You just got to trust it now. Your hips are good. How big are you? You look like you're a pretty big kid. Your hips are good. Like you're just not like just get used to it and now be fluid and play football and have like you get it by the end. You're kind of playing. It's just like, timid a little bit in the beginning and half speed. Like you just got to get some rhythm to it, believe in this shit, and you'll be good. It's not bad at all. Just keep building on it. Robbie, if you don't hear from me in the next few days, make sure I get back to your film. That goes for everybody because guys know I can get late on that shit, but I will always respond. All right, this is the last film eval of the day. So see how you're just getting stuck in one place, Grayson? There's no hips here. You're just moving your shoulders. You're just giving me the shimmy shoulder. But I need your hips to move me. Right? So it's got to be right, left. See how you're not pushing off, right? Let's watch who had a real good one today. Let's watch Magnus. Right, left. See how his hips are shooting inside? Right, left. Now I don't like how he's pausing. Like there's things he needs to come back off that left better. But watch his hips shoot. Watch his hips shoot inside. Left, right. Left, right. See his hips shooting inside? Now he's got to power back off that right. See, like that one. Come right back off it. All right? So same shit here, Grayson. You got to stick right, left. You got to see a shift back and forth. Right, left. Right, left. More hips and more just playing basketball. Right to left. Pick those feet up a little bit more. I imagine it'll be the same thing here. Yep. What's up, Tyler? So you get it, Grayson? I'm going to move on from the hip shift. You get it? Let me know if you need more. If you need to see examples on the hip shift, Grayson, I'll pull some up. But if you get it, then we'll move on. Ho! Hey! This ain't bad right here, baby. You got quick little feet, boy. It's good shit. It's pretty good. How big are you, Grayson? So this is a lesson for everyone, right? Like, I might be emphasizing hips and pads with someone like Miles a little more than with someone like Grayson. Grayson doesn't have to get quite as low to get in and out of this shit. But now if you get lower and use your hips more and pound your feet into the ground more, see how you're getting stuck a little bit at the top? There's this little energy leak, a little pause at the top. You'll get rid of that if you're more violent with the first few steps and snap your hips down a little bit. Yo, this doesn't look bad, Grayson, at all. You actually look pretty good. Now, this one you're turning early. This one's not as good. See how you're already starting to turn before you even get your trigger step down? Yeah, that's what I thought, 5'9", 190. See how you're turning before you even get the trigger step? I'm jumping that shit now from a corner. Stay square through the trigger step. Stay straight. Slam that right foot in the ground. Like, yeah, this one's not good. Look at the difference. See how you're shorting this one? You're like kind of shuffling into this. I don't really see 3 distinct steps here. Snap 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? Every step has specific traits, right? One violent, hard trigger step, kind of turn and gather violent step. Then you're powering off the third one. Like this is just kind of a mush. This one is much better. Snap 1, 2, better, right? More so. Snap 1, 2, like more so of 3 distinct steps. Yeah, it's just gonna take practice, 100%. Just gonna take practice. Just keep doing your thing. Practice time. You're right there. Keep practicing it the right way. That's it for all you guys. Practice it the right way. Anyway, I'm out. I appreciate you guys. A lot of love for you guys. This was a great Bean Talk. Hopefully some good content that down the road when I'm a civil rights activist, this will be the one that predicted it 30 years from now. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Yeah, great talk tonight. You guys are the best. DM me if you got questions. If some of you guys are good with this, like if I tell you I'm gonna get back to you via email on film and I don't, do not be shy. Annoy the fuck out of me. It is your job to annoy me to make sure I follow up. Don't think it's annoying me. It helps me stay organized. Like Graham, you do a great job of staying diligent. Don't think it's annoying at all. Even if sometimes I seem annoyed and might actually come off as being annoyed, don't take it personally. It's just I got shit going on. My job is to be here for you guys. So if just stay on me about that shit. Will this be on Patreon by Thursday? If my trusted co-pilot Susan can get to work fast enough, it will be there by Thursday. But it'll be on Patreon certainly by Friday, I would think, as soon as we can. All right, guys, that's it. Love you. Peace out. I'll see you next week. Peace.